Are you a member of the ISSA, the International Scissor Sharpeners Association, or are you a certified member? I'm going to see if this person becomes a certified member. He's already a member. Let's take a look at this, and then I'll explain some things that are coming in the future for you, okay? I'm going to take a minute to look over his test. Let's see if everything's right. All right, you missed 2 on here. There's a question. What is the traditional cut test material to see if a shear will push hair? That's the key, push hair. And he originally put hair, and then he circled wet tissue. The correct answer was hair. Wet tissue, it shows you if you've got all the burrs removed, all the nicks removed, or the edges coming together. It tears really easy. You can have a shear that cuts wet tissue beautifully and it'll still push hair, and vice versa. But hair is the traditional cut to see if it's going to push hair. You might also use like fur or something of that nature, but that's still kind of hair, even if it's artificial hair. So he missed that one. And then the last one, number 9, he missed that one. If the tip pulls tissue, that's like you're cutting the wet tissue, pulls tissue, what problem would be easier to fix? A is bad alignment. Now, alignment we know is hard to fix. Burr never established. To do that, you'd have to go back and re-sharpen the scissor. C, no rod line, which means you'd have to take it apart. And D, burr not removed. The burr not removed might not be what the problem is, but that's the easiest to fix. And the way you can remove the burr is just scrape it on your jeans, the little nail buffer, just wipe it off good sometimes. So that's the easiest to fix. So he missed that one. He put B, burr never established. That may be what the problem is, but it's not the easiest way to fix it. So let's take a look at these shears. The first thing I do is the wet tissue cut and then hair cut before I do anything else. For my tissue cut, it's toilet tissue. And I think I'll always think of John Wayne with this, about tough and don't take any shite or whatever the word is that's permissible on YouTube. So we're going to cut this with them. So let's try it. We'll do it dry and wet. So this is the beveled edge. Hey Misty, is this I'm trying to figure out what his number is. Is that the number for his invoice here? 2907.
I gotta look at it right now.
Hey, we've actually got 2 people with the same last name. One's in Australia and one is in Austria. That's amazing. There are no kangaroos in Austria. Okay, this is number 39853. 39853. So here's the beveled edge, not adjusting the screw. Here is the convex edge. The shears may vary slightly when we do these certifications. Usually it'll be this one, which is the I get from Ramon Eichert. It's a USA finished shear, Chinese made but USA finished. And then this one is a Diane from, which it doesn't even say where it's done. I think it's Taiwan, but I have to get decent shears, but not really expensive. So let's see if they cut dry. I do this, pull my thumb out, least pressure possible. Cuts dry. Thumb out, least pressure possible. Cuts dry. Now let's see the big test, wet. That's as wet as I get it. I don't get it dripping. Beveled edge, wet, least pressure, slow. That cuts perfect wet. Least pressure, my thumb is out, Drum roll, please. Cuts perfect wet. So, most likely he passed. I don't see any reason he wouldn't pass unless I get in here and get to looking at him close and the convex is a bevel, or the bevel's a convex. But other than that, he can kind of go, whew, I pretty much nailed it here. Let's go ahead and cut some hair as well. I got this pretty pitiful mannequin. Oh, isn't she sad looking? She's been through, yeah. You're wondering where to get mannequins? Well, if you go to the cosmetology schools, sometimes they have some chopped up mannequins. They've just got them in a bag to toss out. Sometimes they'll give them to you. We buy them and we use them at hair shows for people to cut hair with, and then my grandson gets in here and he cuts hair. So what I'm looking for here, I'm looking to see whether it's cutting hair without pushing. So I've just got a little bit of hair out here. And that was that question he had about how do you test and see if a shear will push hair, is you have to actually cut hair. So I'm cutting. And it's the main thing you're checking is that tip. I think that cuts fine. Oh, that wasn't good, was it? I have to use a little bit of pressure here. Otherwise it's going to flip. Do you see that? Oh. You see it flip? I have to use a little bit of side pressure. But these are cheap scissors anyway. So let's see. Are they really convex? Are they really bevel? I can use usually just my eyeballs. But this kind of helps me see a little bit better. So things I'm looking at, is it a true convex edge? And it is. That looks pretty good. I've seen better and shinier. He's got some issues going on at the tip. I'll show you that. If he was doing certification with the NBTSG or one of the other groups, that would probably keep him from getting master. Let me show you what I'm seeing here. Okay, you can see that edge. Convex edge looks pretty good, and look at that tip. But that didn't affect the way it cut. So but you can see that crazy tip going on there. Let's see if there's anything weird with this one. He's going to pass, but there's going to be room for improvement. I'm seeing an issue right up in here where he's changed angles. He didn't get this area from here to here. He didn't really sharpen. Probably would affect the way it cuts. Let's see if it cuts up in that area up there. See, it does push a little bit right here, and it won't cut till you get here. Now, rarely does anyone ever really cut way back in here, but we always strive for perfection. Let me show you what I'm seeing here. You see it's got two different angles at that point toward the pivot, toward the back here. You really didn't get that area. Let me look at the ride lines on these. This one shouldn't have a ride line because it's not hollowed. So this we just create a beveled edge, and if you can avoid doing the serrated side, do so, and that's what he did. Adjustment looks good. On this one, the ride line, I'm not sure if he worked the ride line at all on this. Well, the ride line looks good on this side, but on this side, no. Well, I guess it's there because it's quiet. If it wasn't there, it would be noisy. Let me see what it looks like. Reflection here. See, there's almost no ride, a little bit, but it's almost non-existent right in here. There we go. See that ride? It's not really shiny. It's a little scratched up, and it's better here than it was in the middle. And then this ride, see, it's pretty much not even there. It's a little bit there. I don't know what he's doing the ride line on. These pass. But there's some suggestions for improvement, is just notice the tips on your shears and do the ride line on Waterstone or something a little bit more, it's cutting, and your customers will be happy with these. But they are not something that I think that you would pass other certifications that would be a little stricter than mine. If you're using one of those humpy things, which I think he is, like you put sandpaper on to sand something down to paint it, but it's on the top. Those don't give you the same ride line that a Waterstone would use. So he may want to change whatever he's using for the ride lines. But he definitely passed, and I think his customers are probably really happy. Now, I told you I had some announcements about the ISSA. I've got so many videos on the ISSA. If you are looking at joining or being certified, I would suggest you watch as many of those as you can. What I'm going to be doing in the future is I'll only have the most current ISSA videos as a public thing on YouTube. I'm going to set up a section of my website, Bonika.com, that if you're registered on my website, which is easy to do, and we know that you're a member, automatically when you log in, there'll be a whole nother section that'll be open to you only as ISSA members. And I'll have all the old ISSA videos. We'll have the ISSA merchandise, because really we don't want to allow people that aren't members to buy, the shirts and things. I'm also going to have on there where you can, if you've lost your card or you want to update and get the card with the newest logo on it. Some of you have been members so many years that you may want to have the newer cards with the new logos on it so that you can order those. So it's going to be a whole section on Bonika.com that's just for ISSA members. And we're hoping to, in the future, maybe put together some educational things just for ISSA, maybe online, maybe in person, maybe a combo. I'll let you know about that, but that'll be on that section. And if you have any other suggestions as a member or as a potential member of the International Scissor Sharpeners Association, let me know. Now, you don't have to have my Cymec machine. Of course, I think that makes it easier for you to get that consistent convex edge. But you can be certified on whatever machine that you're sharpening with. And it's the main thing in being certified for the ISSA means that you can give a good job to your customers. Might not be the best, you might not be equivalent to like a master certification with some of the other organizations, but it means that you give a reasonably good convex edge, beveled edge to the customers that need that. So if you have any questions, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I've got a lot of videos, I've edited and I haven't uploaded, and things I need to edit. And I'm constantly, about 2 or 3 times a week, putting videos out. And if you like the video, like it, put comments in there. I always, as much as possible, answer the comments. See you in the next video.